We continue now at the top of Daf Yodalet and Aleph and Meseches Yevamos. This is Yevamos Daf 14a. On the previous summit, the Gemara was discussing the issue of lo tiskodedu, that you shouldn't have different groups within Klal Yisrael doing different minhagim. So the Gemara asked from our very discussion by Tzaras Erva. Beis Shammai say that the Tzaras Erva, the co-wife of the woman who's an Erva, so that co-wife is allowed to do yibum with the brother. And according to Beis Hillel, not allowed to do yibum with the brother. And the assumption is that that Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel, they actually did according to their own practice. Apparently that also should be an issue of lo tiskodedu. And so the Gemara answers, Misavrit asu Beis Shammai kedivreihem. Do you really think that Beis Shammai followed their own opinion? Lo asu Beis Shammai kedivreihem. Beis Shammai did not follow their own opinion. They followed the opinion of Beis Hillel. There were not different groups in this case. Rabbi Yochanan says asu v'asu. No, they very much did do according to their own opinion, and we did have different groups doing different things. Uvepluksa derav u'shmuel, and that's actually a machlokas Rav and Shmuel as well. Derav Amar lo asu, because Rav says that they did not follow their own minhag or their own psak. Beis Shammai kedivreim. Beis Shammai did not follow their own psak. U'shmuel Amar asu v'asu, and Shmuel says indeed they did follow their own psak halacha. And so the Gemara now clarifies, Amos, when exactly are we talking about here? Ilema kodem baskol. If we're talking about before the baskol, this is a baskol that's mentioned in Meseches Erevin, that the baskol came out and said the halacha is like Beis Hillel. So if we're talking before the baskol said the halacha is like Beis Hillel, so my time at demand damar lo asu, what would be the reason of the one who says that they didn't do according to their halachic ruling? There was no baskol that paskined against them. Why wouldn't they follow their own ruling? V'alalachar baskol, but then you'll say rather that we're talking about after the baskol came out. So my time at demand damar also. So then what would be the reason of the one who says that they followed their ruling if the baskol said that the halacha is like Beis Hillel? And so the Gemara offers a couple answers. If you want, I could say kodem baskol. Maybe it happened before the baskol. La'achar baskol. And if you want, I could say it happened after the baskol. Kodem baskol. If you want, I could say it happened before the baskol. Or could go into Beis Hillel ruba. And the situation was that even though it was before the baskol, but Beis Hillel was still the majority. Laman da amar lo asu da Beis Hillel ruba. According to the one who says they did not follow their ruling, that's because Beis Hillel was the majority. They followed the majority. Uman da amar asu, and the one who says that they did follow their own ruling, when do we say that you follow the majority? That's when the two sides are equal. But over here, Beis Shammai was actually sharper than Beis Hillel, so they didn't have to follow Beis Hillel, even though Beis Hillel was the majority. If you want, I could say we're talking after the baskol came out and said the halacha is like Beis Hillel. Mando amar lo asu, the one who said that they did not follow their own ruling, to hanafka baskol, that's because the baskol came out, so they followed what the baskol said, that the halacha is like Beis Hillel. Mando amar asu Rabbi Yoshua, and the one who says that they followed their own ruling, that's the sheet of Rabbi Yehuda. To amar ein mashkichin bebaskol, Rabbi Yoshua says that we don't pay attention to the baskol. The story over there was with Rabbi Yoshua and Rabbi Eliezer in Bava Metzia, and Rabbi Yoshua says we don't follow what the baskol says. And the Gemara continues, Umando Amar Asu Karinan Kan Lo Tiskodedu. But 1 second, we're still back to our original question. According to the one that says that Beis Shammai followed their own ruling, don't we have a problem over here of Lo Tiskodedu, Lo Sasu Agudos, that you can't divide up Klal Yisrael into different groups doing different things? So Amar Abaya says, Ki amrinan lo tiskodedu kagon shtei batei dinim be'irachas. When do we say there's a problem of lo tiskodedu? That's if you have two courts in one city. Halolu morim kedivrei Beis Shammai, v'halolu morim kedivrei Beis Hillel. These ones, they issue ruling like Beis Shammai. The other ones issue the ruling like Beis Hillel. Then you have a problem because it's in one city. But if you have two courts in two different cities, less lunba, it's not a problem at all. Amarle Rava, so Rava said to him, Beis Shammai or Beis Hillel, but 1 second. Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel, kashtei batei dinim be'irachas dami. That's the same thing as two courts in one city. Let's assume Beis Shammai is its own court, Beis Hillel is its own court, but they all lived in the same city. So therefore it should still be a problem. Elo Amar Rava, so the Gemara says, rather Rava says, Ki amrinan lo tiskodedu. When do we say lo tiskodedu? Kagon bezdin be'irachas. That would be talking about, let's say you have a bezdin in one city. Plag morin kedivrei Beis Shammai. Half of them issue the ruling like Beis Shammai. Uplag morin kedivrei Beis Hillel, and half of them go like Beis Hillel. Avol shtei batei dinin be'irachas les lanba. But if you would have two courts in one city, it would not be a problem. And the Gemara continues, Tashma, come and hear the following proof. B'makomo shel Rabbi Eliezer, in the location, in the locale of Rabbi Eliezer, hayu korsim eitzim lasos pechamim, they would cut trees. This is talking about on Shabbos in order to do a bris milah on Shabbos. He says you're even allowed to do things that are that are necessary for the preparation of the mitzvah of bris milah. So they would cut the trees in order to make the coals, b'Shabbos, on Shabbos, lasos, barzel, in order to make the metal utensils that were needed to perform the bris milah. You could do all of this malacha because it was all as a preparation for the bris milah, which is allowed to be done on Shabbos. But Mekomo shel Rabbi Yossi Aglili, and in the place of Rabbi Yossi Aglili, hayu ochlim besar of b'cholav. They would eat the meat, meaning poultry. They would eat from chicken. They would eat that together with milk. In other words, he didn't prohibit, when he said there's a prohibition of milk and meat, that prohibition only applied to meat from animals. It did not apply to meat from birds. B'makomo shel Rabbi Eliezer in, b'makomo shel Rabbi Akiva lo. So the Gemara makes the following inference. Going back to Rabbi Eliezer by the bris milah case, in the locale of Rabbi Eliezer, they would do it. But in the locale of Rabbi Akiva, apparently they would not do it. Again, they would follow different minhagim. What do we mean, Rabbi Akiva? The Tanya, as we learned in a brisa, Klal Amar Rabbi Akiva has a general rule called malacha she'efshar la'asosa me'erev Shabbos. Any malacha that could have been done from before Shabbos, ein doches haShabbos, does not push off the Shabbos. In other words, the actual bris milah has to be done on Shabbos. That pushes off Shabbos. But all of those preparations that could have been done before Shabbos, that you're not allowed to be doches Shabbos. So Rabbi Akiva would not agree with Rabbi Eliezer. So the Gemara again seems to say it's a refutation. You have different minhagim being followed by different groups. So the Gemara says, "V'hai mai tiyufta," but what kind of refutation is this? Mekomos mekomoshani. These are different places, different locations. We've already said that different locations is not a problem. The Gemara says, "U'dekarila my karila." The fact you even asked the question in the first place, what was the question? So the Gemara says, "Sa'akadai t'chamina," no, because I might have thought mishum chumra de Shabbos, because Shabbos is so strict. K'makom echadami. Maybe we should consider, even though they're in separate locations, Shabbos is something that people will see what's going on in one place and they'll do it in another place. Maybe everything should be considered like one place. You shouldn't have this heter of two different places, kamash malon. So that's what it's coming to teach us. No, it's two separate places. It's not going to be a problem. And the Gemara continues, Tashma coming here, another proof to Rabbi Avo, ki ikla la'asrei Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, because Rabbi Avo, when he went to the location of Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, have a metaltal sharga, then he would move around the candle. V'chi ikla la'asrei Rabbi Yochanan lo have a metaltal sharga. When he went to the location of Rabbi Yochanan, then he wouldn't move around the candle. Again, you see that he's doing different things in different places. Again, the Gemara says, "V'hai mai kusha." What kind of question is this? V'lo amrinan mekom moshani. We said if it's different places, it's different. It's not a problem. And so the Gemara says, "No, anon hachi kamrin." And this is what we're asking. We're not asking how the different places could have different minhagim, but Rabbi Avo hechi avid. Rabbi Avo, how could he do this? Hechi avid hacha hachi v'hechi avid hacha hachi. How does he change what he does? In one place he does one thing, in one place he does another thing. We understand different locations might have different minhagim, but how does one individual change? And the Gemara explains Rabbi Avo, Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, Svirale, really Rabbi Avo held, like Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, that it was permitted. But when he went to the location of Rabbi Yochanan, he just wouldn't move it around. That was out of respect for Rabbi Yochanan. Gemara says, Vayika Shama, but what about his servant? The servant would see what's going on and would get totally confused what the halach is. Gemara answers, the Modelei Shama, he let his servant, his attendant, know what exactly he was doing and why. And we'll take a look at Rashi over here. Metaltel Sharga, he would move around the candle, means to say, Ner Sheid Liku Bo B'Shabbos V'Kava. We're talking about a candle that was lit, and it was lit on Shabbos, but then it was already extinguished. Can you now move that item around? The Savar Law, Rabbi Yoshua, Rabbi Shimon, the Leslie Muksa. The point is that Rabbi Yoshua holds like Rabbi Shimon, that who doesn't hold of Muksa. Rabbi Yochanan, Savar Law, Rabbi Yehuda, the Islay Muksa, and Rabbi Yochanan holds like Rabbi Yehuda, who does hold of Muksa. That's a general machlokas in Meseches Shabbos. Rabbi Shimon, in general, doesn't hold of Muksa, except for in some very specific cases. And Rabbi Yehuda, in general, does hold of Muksa. Afilu Shalom Machmas Isser, even if you have a situation of Muksa Shalom Machmas Isser, just a regular situation of Muksa, there's no actual prohibition going on right now, still Rabbi Yehuda does hold of Muksa. Vayika Shama de Rabbi Avo de lo Masik Adaite. What about the servant of Rabbi Avo? He doesn't know what's going on. Umetaltel be'asr de Rabbi Yochanan. He's going to carry it around in the location of Rabbi Yochanan. Ho v'chazi Rabbi Avo be'alma de metaltel, because he sees Rabbi Avo carrying it around, and so therefore again there's going to be some confusion. And the Gemara answered that he tells the attendant what he is doing and why. And the Gemara continues, Tashma, coming here, another proof, Afal Pisha Elu Osrim Ve'elu Matirim, even though these ones say it's Asr, these ones say it's Mutter. Lo Nimnu Beishamai Milisa Nosha Mi Beis Hillel. Beis Shammai did not refrain from marrying women from Beis Hillel, Velo Beis Hillel Mi Beis Shammai, and Beis Hillel didn't refrain from marrying women from Beis Shammai. And so the Gemara now says, Yamr b'shalom lo asu. If you're going to say correctly that Beis Shammai did not do according to their own ruling, mishum hachi lo nimnu, so then it makes sense why they wouldn't refrain. In other words, if everyone was acting according to the same halacha, so there's no issue. Beis Hillel could go marry women from Beis Shammai, there would be not a problem. Eloi Yamr also, but if you're going to say that they did, everyone did according to their own ruling, amai lo nimnu, so why didn't they refrain from marrying one another? You have a situation where according to one group, the women from the other group, it's a problematic thing, it's an isser. And the Gemara clarifies further. B'shlama Beis Shammai mi Beis Hillel lo nimnu. I could understand why Beis Shammai did not refrain from marrying women from Beis Hillel. Divnei chayave lavininu. Because even at worst, it's only a situation of chayve lavin. It's not a situation of chayve krisis. Because again, according to Beis Hillel in this case were the ones that said that the tsaras erva is not allowed to perform yibum. There's no yibum whatsoever. So according to Beis Shammai, there would be yibum. So what would be? So you'd have a woman who didn't do yibum, didn't do chalitza, went ahead and married someone else on the outside. So that's just, if you don't do yibum and chalitza, where according to Beis Shammai you should have, so that's just chayve lavin. That wouldn't be the biggest deal. Ela Beis Hillel me Beis Shammai, but when it comes to Beis Hillel from women from Beis Shammai, so when it comes to Beis Hillel to Beis Shammai, so there you have a situation where really the co-wives, according to Beis Shammai, are performing yibum with the Eishesach, with the brother, and it's a potential problem of Eishesach, but according to Beis Shammai, that's not a problem of Eishesach, because again there's yibum. But according to Beis Hillel, this is a real problem of Eishesach. You have over here an actual isser of kares involved. So amai lo nimnu, why didn't they refrain if there's an issue of kares involved? B'nei chayve krisus, if you have children of chayve krisus mamzerim ninu, you have a situation now where Beis Hillel hold that the children that are being born from these relationships that Beis Shammai is permitting are actually mamzerim. V'chitema kasari Beis Hillel dein mamzer mechayve krisus. Now maybe you'll try to say that Beis Hillel holds, no, it's not true. Just because you have chayve krisus, that doesn't necessarily create a mamzer. It's not. V'ha'amar Rebbe Lazar, but Rebbe Lazar said, Afal b'shenechliku Beis Shammai u'Beis Hillel b'tzarus, even though Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel argue about the co-wives, modim, everybody agrees, she'ein mamzer elam himisha isuro iser erva v'onish kares. Everybody agrees that a mamzer comes from a situation where the prohibition is considered erva and there's a punishment of kares. So therefore, again, it would be at least in that direction. How could it be that one group could marry into the other group? In this case, how could it be that Beis Hillel would be allowed to marry into the families of Beis Shammai? Isn't that going to be a mamzer according to Beis Hillel? Elalav shmamina, rather do we not see lo asu, that apparently Beis Shammai didn't do according to their ruling, and that's why Beis Hillel had no problem marrying the women from Beis Shammai. So the Gemara says, lo no liola masu, really they did do according to their rulings, and really you do have a potential problem here of mamzerus according to Beis Hillel when in reference to the children from Beis Shammai. However, demodi luhu parshi, they would let them know, oh, this is a case where it might be a problem according to you, and so they would separate in those situations. So in other words, everybody would be clear on who descended from who, and what it was based on what relationships, and that's how Beis Hillel was able to marry women from Beis Shammai. And the Gemara says, v'achinami mistaber. This makes a lot of sense. The Katani Sefer, because if you look at the end of the Mishnah, what does it say? It says, kol hataros v'chol hatmeos shahayu elu mitarin ve'elu mitamin. All the pure things and the impure things where these people said it was tar, these people said it was tameh. Lo nimnu osim taros elu agabi elu. They wouldn't refrain from sharing taros one with the other. We'll continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Yodalid Amud Beis.